Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. Let's dive right into the analysis here. We'll start off with the IWM today with another monster gain of 1.82% on the IWM. Again, gave that buy signal the other day, coming into the buy area and reversing out beautifully. Again, these don't always play out like this, but this one sure, reacted very quickly. So it looks like we're either in our first wave up, which is quite impulsive already, or we are in a we're technically in a 3 of 3, which means that the 1 happened somewhere down here. We had a 2, and now we're in a third wave. All right. Now, if we come back in a 4, we should probably retest the breakout from this downsloping trend line, and then finish up in the 5th wave with a bit of a divergence. Now let's move on to the SPY. We'll take a look at the SPY today. So the SPY getting a bit of a down day today, I think. We're down about 0.04%. Nothing too significant, but we did make a new all-time high in the SPY as well, reaching up to 503. We are down in the after hours right now. Tomorrow is the CPI data for the US, so that's going to be coming out at 8:30. So keep your eyes peeled for that data. If it's bullish, if it comes in lower than expected, which is already expected to come in at 2.9, then that's going to be very bullish for the markets. We're going to continue to push up in a wave 3 into the 510 area on the SPY. But if it is bearish, right, and then we start to drop and the markets fall over because the CPI data is hot, then we're going to have to calculate a bit of a wave 4 retrace once we do an ABC crash correction. Okay. Let's take a look at the SPY today on the weekly time frame as we printed a new weekly candle. Again, no signs of a significant top just yet. The momentum waves are expanding. They are continuing to push higher here. So again, markets should continue to go higher. Daily time frame, same thing. No significant top just yet. No confirmation of any short signals or anything like that. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we do have a red dot. So on the shorter time frames like the 4-hour, we do have a red dot at the moment. So maybe we'll get a bit of a pullback, but it could turn out to be a buying opportunity. Looking at the SPY on the wave edge, right now we are getting a lot of selling, lots of sell signals as well. Not just any sell signals, but we are getting red crosses, and big money is taking profit into these rallies into new all-time highs. 4-hour showing the same thing, but we did get this green cross down here, and then we proceeded to rally afterwards. So that was quite nice to see. So again, these green crosses in a strong uptrend are buy the dip signals, essentially. That's what they are. But yeah, I mean, overall, we are long in the tooth. We are extended 3-day, 4-day. Not seeing anything there, but the daily showing us a lot of selling today. Let's take a look at the triple Qs very quickly. I'll cover the triple Qs. A bit of a down day today in the triple Qs, more than anything else, other than the SPY was basically the only one that was red. But yeah, the Nasdaq pulling back just a bit today. Again, you have a bit of a bearish divergence. You have a high on the RSI here, another high here, and another high here, and it's lower highs, and then you're making higher highs on the triple Qs, which means you are forming a nice little bullish divergence. I think this one we're looking at it once we would break out, and this was a beautiful buy signal right here. Once we broke out of this this RSI here, you could see that we proceeded to rally significantly from 409 all the way to 435. So that's like a bit of a 6% move there. And I mean, right now, could this be your short signal? It could be. Maybe we just are running out of steam. We need to pull back, reload, and shake out the weak hands, because right now we are in price discovery. Any drop could shake out investors, and then you'll get a big buying opportunity once that happens. But yeah, I don't have any major top until we reach these levels on the triple Qs. Same thing for the SPY. I think we need to hit this area first, and the IWM has ways to go. I think the IWM needs to finish in the 220 to 230 area, maybe even as high as 240. But we'll take it day by day. But yeah, if that finishes up there, then that's going to be a great shorting opportunity, as the small caps are going to get obliterated, I think. But again, right now they are rallying tremendously, and people are piling into them. Let's take a look at some individual names. Let's take a look to see what ROKU did today. So ROKU was up another 2%, even though there was some pretty big names like the Mag 7 were down a little bit today. And I mean, Roku should keep pushing on here in a wave 3, and it should hit some targets right around 145 to 160. But that could be a couple of, weeks to months down the road, unless earning is absolutely amazing, and then we gap up into this area. And that would mean that your wave 3 would finish up here, and then you're going to pull back in a wave 4, and it's going to be a buying opportunity into a final wave 5. All right, let's move over and we'll take a look at Starbucks. So Starbucks today, let's take a look, see what Starbucks did. So Starbucks, a bit of a pullback. It looks like it's pulling back in a wave 4. You got your nice little ABC here, in my opinion. Now you should be finishing up at any moment. Let's get on the smaller time frames to see what we can make out of this. And yeah, it looks like you have a bit of an ABC pattern here, correcting down. And then you should finish up at any moment. So we'll calculate some targets to see what we can pull out of this, and we'll drag it down. So yeah, you might come back down to like the 94 to 93 area. It's still very possible that you can do that, and then after that you should come back up and continue to rally into 102, unless it finished early, and then that would be it for Starbucks. It could come back into this area here, but that would make it a really complex correction, and I don't want to. I really don't want to chart it at that point. But if it does come down, then 94 to 93 is your buy area. All right, let's head over and we'll take a look at some other charts here. It is already pretty oversold on the 15-minute, 45-minute. Still got some room to go, but there's no guarantee that it does that. Let's take a look at some other individual names. Wow, look at that. Big lots today. Gap down of 27%. On some news. Anyways, we'll move on. That's not a chart that I've been tracking, so we'll actually take a look at the TLT before we actually move on to some other names, because I actually wanted to see if the TLT was holding today. And surprisingly, the TLT has been holding quite well. However, I think that it's still possible that we could come into this buy area here and then continue higher after. So we could have a short-term spike in the dollar and in yields, which means the yields could pop up to this area, and then you have a retrace, right? So that's my short-term targets for TLT. Let's take a look at TLT on the daily time frame here, and I'll take a look at TLT on the daily time frame as well, in the 4-hour on the market cipher. So yeah, it's showing an extension down. However, you are getting a nice little tight momentum wave, green dot confirmation, which means that TLT could rally and yields are going to drop, which means the markets still have a lot of room to go higher. Daily time frame though, no confirmation just yet. Nothing is confirmed. It looks like it could still extend lower. Let's take a look at the TLT. So yeah, TLT, I mean, no significant buying just yet. 4-hour, no significant buying. 1 hour, and no significant buying either. But again, this area here, this is where the #1 trade occurred on the TLT since inception, and it looks like institutions are trying to defend this area. All right, I'll move on and we'll take a look at Tesla. Tesla, a bit of a down day today, pulling back about 2.8%. Now, Tesla is an interesting one because it could continue up higher, and this could be your wave 4 or your wave 1. But looking at where the chart is right now, this looks like it's already done its wave 2, and it's in a 3, and then you're doing a 4, and then you should come back up in a 5th wave and finish up around 205, 204, between that area. Sorry, 210 to 202. That should be your sell area for Tesla before the 4th wave is finished, and then you'll pull back down to here in a 5th wave down to 165. So that's what I'm looking for in Tesla, but there's no guarantee that it's going to do that. You could very well end right now and start to roll over and truncate, or who knows what we're going to do on Tesla. There's it's a really news driven stock right now with Elon Musk and the courts, plus the share buyout too, and there's a lot of bad news going around the EV sector. So we'll have to see. We'll take this one day by day. Looking okay on the daily 4-hour. You're still looking good there, and a green cross. So I mean, things are looking up for Tesla in terms of the chart, but I don't think a definitive low has been made. I think you can go lower. We'll take a look here at oil and nat gas. So oil continuing to push higher here, up 43 basis points today. And natural gas, very unfortunate, down 6.61%, absolutely getting hammered, no mercy. This thing looks like it wants to go to the all-time lows at around $1. I believe on the nat gas futures we have it at $1, which is all the way down here, which means it's another 50% drop, 40% drop. But once we get to that area, that's probably going to be like your final buying opportunity. I mean, what are you going to go to do? What's natural gas going to go to? Zero? Because at these levels here, the producers are completely shutting down the rigs. They will no longer produce because it's at a loss. So they will just cause a massive supply constraint and cause the nat gas shorts to explode up as well. And I mean, it's just going to be a fundamental long at that point. And it's already a fundamental long, but fundamental longs can take a long time to play out. We'll take a look here at the dollar, and the dollar looks like it's chopping around, consolidating once again. It could technically push higher to 105.65. However, I don't think I like that setup just yet, because I think that would be going past the 618. It would be going to the 786 retrace. That would be retesting this resistance essentially, and these resistances here. But the dollar pushing up like that would be bearish for equities, and we might see a cooling period of the markets pulling back just a bit before we continue to go higher. Okay. All right, so that's basically it. I don't really have much to add. If you guys enjoy the content and you want me to take a look at some more tickers, actually I'll cover just a few more here since the end of the video. I'll actually take a look at Unity Software. So Unity Software coming out of our buy area as well. It's up about 83 basis points today. It was up a little bit more, but it's starting to lose steam. But yeah, this should be your count here. It's following it nicely. Let me see if we got some other stocks to take a look at. I think Baba had a nice day today, but Baba has been pretty much beat up along with the other Chinese stocks that's following the Hang Seng. Yeah, I think I've covered everything that we usually cover. If you guys want me to take a look at some more stocks, or some things that you want me to cover, not just stocks, commodities, or certain forex. I don't really do forex, but I can still do it for you guys. But if you want me to take a look at it, leave a like and subscribe and a comment, and I'll take a look at it in tomorrow's video. Peace.